इस वक्त एक इंतहाई अहम मेहमान हमारे रूबरू हैं। ये राइटर हैं, जर्नलिस्ट भी रही हैं, पुर्तगाल से आई हैं, मिस टेरेसा निकोलाओ। Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
How should I introduce you to my viewers, as you are a journalist, you are a thinker, you are a writer, you have written such a great book, a very touching title, If You Are Dead, At Least Send Some Rain. What that means?
Thank you so much for having me here in your home. And I just can tell you that I'm a storyteller, right?
Okay.
I just tell stories, as in journalism, as in literature. In my days, I love to tell stories. I start to work as a journalist when I was 14 in a newspaper in my hometown. So then I went to radio. After that, I went to television for a daily show of arts and culture. And I started to write when I was very little. So now I'm getting to be an author. That's a huge thing. But telling stories is the one thing that I most love. And this title, it's all about, if you're dead, please send some good thing.
Yeah.
And I know that rain is so important here, as it is in Portugal also, you know. So send me some good thing, you know, because this is a story of a little girl, and a little girl that her father died when she was very little.
Okay.
And so this is a story, how come a little girl think, and how come a little girl lives without a father. That's it.
A touching one even.
Thank
so
you.
you love telling the stories. So what story of Pakistan you are carrying back to Portugal? I understand you have been here for a week or so.
Yes, I am going to write a little news reportage in our newspaper there back at home, because now I work in a very important newspaper there for arts and literature. It's called Letters, Journal of Letters.
Okay.
And the title, I don't know what I'm going to write. I have a few notes, of course. But one of the things that I know, I always start with a title, okay? So this book has been in my head for the last 10 years, and I wrote it in a month. Okay,
so you had the material for 10 years, and you were constantly thinking about that.
Yeah, it was always here.
Okay.
But I didn't have the time to write because I was a full-time journalist at the time, and you know, television, it takes you a lot of time. Yeah. So when I start to write this, the first thing that I thought it was a title. Okay.
Yeah.
Then it goes. So it's the same thing with the reportage that I want to do about Pakistan. So let me remember, it's something like, thank you, Mr. Friend. So for me, Pakistan is that.
So your first visit to Pakistan, and you went to Lahore for literature festival. How did you find it, you know? Your experience about being there in Lahore, among the authors, among the book lovers?
So for me, it was totally amazing, because it is a great festival. I've never thought it could be so many people there. For me, it's a first-class festival, totally. You know, so many authors, Pakistan authors, and authors from England or from Greece or from Austria and
from Portugal, obviously.
Yes, and from Portugal. And it is great. How come people still, and that's so good, still thinks and want to talk about literature in this world, you know. And Lahore is a beautiful city also. I love to be there. And I think Lahore is one of the kind in the world that where you can feel the greatness of your country also. Yeah, you can feel it.
You're talking about greatness of my country, that is Pakistan. Before coming to Pakistan, what was your perception about my country, and how it has been now after your visit, whether the same perception persists or it's totally different when you came across the people.
So, I always have that question, but thank you. And I always give the same answer. I'm a journalist, right?
Yeah.
So I travel a lot all around the world. So I met some countries in Africa, Asia, South America, Europe, of course, in North America. But for me, the most important thing are people. So when I get to a country, I never think about anything. I know that the news and the international televisions always want and always talked about the bad things in all over the world.
Negative things.
The negative things.
Yeah.
All over the place, in all countries, about every country, right? So Portugal was so poor, Portugal was whatever in the 80s, in the 90s, and we had so much death in Europe, and now everybody's coming to Portugal from Europe, everybody loves Europe, everybody loves Portugal. So for me, the perception, it's not always the most wise thing that you should have when you come to a new country. So for me, the most important thing is to be curiosity, to have curiosity about everything. And the most important thing for me is get to know people, get to know the people, because I think it's the soul of every country, Afterwards, you just don't have to be... I'm not prejudiced about any country, about any
Certainly,
culture.
a journalist has to be, like
we
this.
just have to look,
exactly.
look, see, watch, listen, just that. Yes. And
no, some of the shows, as journalists, I have seen your shows. You were talking about art, culture, people, and you are still talking about people. How you define people in Pakistan, your impressions about your interaction with different people from different walks of life.
So I think, like I said before, people are the soul of a country. And I'm feeling very and generously hosted here, Everybody is so generous and very honest with me and very pure, and they are so kind. So that's why I think Portuguese, and I feel at home, And there's one other thing that's why I'm feeling at home, because your food is great. Your cuisine is wonderful. I like spicy food, like most of the Portuguese. So we kind of feel at home.
So you said people from the entire Europe, they won't come to Portugal. And similar is case with Pakistanis. Many Pakistanis, they also want to go to Portugal. There are problems, but have you ever interacted any Pakistani back in Portugal? How is the Pakistani community over there?
So the Pakistani community now, it's very important there. We have restaurants. I went to Pakistanis restaurants, Punjab restaurants, something like that. So, and Pakistanis, there are several different people who are coming, intellectuals, artists, and workers a lot. And that's good because we need workers in our agriculture and everything. But I think it's totally normal because we had Portuguese people who went to other countries in the 70s and 60s of the latest century. And I think we just have to be connected and to respect each other. If you respect me, I will respect you. So I think Pakistanis people like Portugal because it's a little bit warmer than the rest of the Europe. And the food, I think it's better also. So we are a safe country. We are a very, easygoing also country.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.